Hello, welcome back to our MekHQ playthrough of Raven Acquisitions. Last episode, we arrived at the target planet of Cause Media, and we started to get a little bit of a look here at this planet, which looks like it's going to be pretty flat. There's some cold mountains, there's some glaciers, there's another glacier there. But for the most part, there's some hills. The most part looks like snowfields, which is pretty good. Makes me quite happy. That's the kind of train I like to fight on. Nice open train. I can maneuver. I can use my speed. I can, for my I'm a very top heavy unit. We have a lot of uh, like assault mechs and whatnot. All right. So I need to get actually, I could get Tanaka maybe some connections. Does he have any experience? He has 24 experience again. So can we buy new skills, support, connections, utility, role play? So it must be in his current skills. Utility, support, no. Traits, connections. It's 100 experience to raise that up. Does he already have connections? He has connections one, it looks like, and it's grayed out, so it's probably been burned. Okay. Well, that's an interesting little option there. Unable to use connections to find better contracts. Interesting. All right. Time to do some fighting. So we have our very first mission here. We'll be going in with a few mechs. And our mission is to destroy or route 75% of Op 4. And we're destroying the facility, so we don't have to actually worry about shooting the turrets or anything like that. So let's start the battle. Commence the drop. We will send in the salvage team. We will send in some of our technicians. Hang on, let's sort by role. There we go. Bunch of our regular techs. We get to keep 75% or 70% of our whatever we kill. Which is pretty good. Not as good as our 100% contract, but we'll take it. And doesn't look like they're going to have artillery this time. No artillery for them. All right, here we go. And we are starting northwest. Done. Oh, very icy. Very, very icy, but we will just try to start out as close to the city as we can get here. So this looks like the way that we're going to get in is right here. So we want to get our annihilator as close as like a nice straight line to get into the. How are we going to go in? So we'll go in like this. We have a lane, turn, and then enter the city. We will be on ice for a minute, so got to be careful. Stalker. He will be. Oh, this is the Royal Stalker. Let's get that ECM. That will negate things like Artemis, I believe. But let's deploy the demolishers first, just to get an idea of what the enemy's doing. I see a Crusader, Draconis Combine, Op 4. I see a Phoenix Hawk. Well, let's send in a Hatchet Man. He can jump, so I could send him in like this and get in these buildings and start jumping through. We have a Battlemaster. Actually, we're going to send the Atlas right behind the Annihilator. Although the Atlas is faster, I should have put it out in front. But I'll sort that out by walking the Annihilator for a turn. And here is the Stalker. Deploy him back there. And then the Battle Master will deploy right here. I see an enemy Atlas. I would love that's a Atlas D right there. That's the the original Atlas. And this is probably a Draconis Combine Archer. Nope, it's a 2R, so it's a regular Archer. And then we got a pretty standard. Okay, so pretty standard enemies here. All right. First things first, let's move the Atlas. Try to run him. We can walk the, well, run the Annihilator. The Stalker, we can walk forward like this. The Demolishers, we're going to start driving on in there. Cruise on in. We've got a Battle Master that maybe will go up here like this. What's my needs a 1? He's okay. Then the Hatchet Man will run down here for now. And be prepared to start leapfrogging over some buildings. So how good are their pilots? They're supposed to be elite, so it's a 3-4, 2-3. What a 1-2. Even the even the turret, even the turrets have good gunners. Okay. So Annihilator, let's get your weapons sorted out, my friend. And can we shoot the buildings or the turrets? Not yet. Stalker. So we got some LRMs, we got some ER large lasers. We're gonna save weapon order. And just as I thought, I won't have shots on them. Oh, skip. We've got our little demolishers, which definitely won't be able to see anything. And we're just getting our weapons sorted out. One of the little tricks to ordering your weapons fire in BattleTech is to fire your the weapons that do the most damage first. That way, you're potentially punching a hole through armor, and then your smaller weapons fire afterwards. And they have a better, you have more small weapons. So if there's an armor plate if there's a mech that has 20 armor on its chest, and you fire an AC-20 in like 4 or 5 SRMs or whatever, if you fire the SRMs first, they hit the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They do 10 damage in total. No critical hits because it's 20 armor, so you did half the damage to the chest. However, if you fire your AC-20 first, well, hang on. So you fire your SRMs first. You did 10 damage. There's still 10 damage left. You fire your AC-20. It hits the center torso as well. It takes away the remaining 10. Does 10 internal. You get 1 chance at a critical. But if you fire your AC-20 first, it hits, does the full 20 damage, strips away all the armor. No critical hit. There's 0 armor left. But then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 SRMs hit. That's 5 chances at a critical hit. So that's a good way to order your weapons: is as much damage as you can up front, followed by your smaller weapons if possible. So the Atlas does have shots on that turret, and we're going to put our rear-facing mediums in the back there. Okay. Okay. However, the mechs are the objective here, so we're going to start focusing on them first. Medium lasers, I'm going to need 8s to hit, so we'll start with a PPC. We're going to move the SRMs down. We'll fire 2 medium lasers. Then we've got the Hatchet Man. And hopefully this saves the weapons order. Okay, skip. So the turrets are shooting, scoring some hits here and there. That Crusader pilot's pretty good. So we can't just rely on the enemy missing a lot. Not in this mission, not against elite pilots. So a lot of these pilots are going to be on par with us, if not better sometimes. Okay, so we have the initiative, which is good. So we're going to take advantage of that by moving up the Annihilator. He's not going to have room, because I think that's a down. What's going on? Level 0. Level 0. So why can't I go there? Well, we'll just have to figure it out. Can this Crusader jump? No. So let's march the Atlas in. Is that rough terrain or something? I don't know. Alright, well, we'll also move in a Devastator tank. Annihilator. That must be rough terrain or something. I don't know what's going on there. Entering ice might actually cost extra movement. I'm not sure. Cool. Well, we do want to be a little bit careful. So we'll just move forward 1 hex of that Demolisher. And the Stalker, he's okay. The Hatchet Man, gonna jump like a little bug. And then the Battle Master can get into these woods here. Alright, Annihilator. Probably no targets. Oh, there's some target. There's a... Yeah, I can shoot at the turret at least. I may have... I thought maybe I knocked out some of the weapons there, but I did not. So, these are probably pretty reinforced buildings. Yeah, it's still 123 construction factor left on it. The Stalker can shoot the Phoenix Hawk with ERs plus... Yeah, so we will shoot the Archer. It's easier. Okay, we will shoot the Archer. He's on a height 2 building, so we will just try to slam him instead of shooting the building. Uh, the Devastator tank needs 12s to hit. And we're going to hold fire. The Devastator, no shots. Actually, needs 7s to hit? Yeah, we'll do that. Why not? There we go. And then the Atlas, if I twist, shoot the Phoenix Hawk on 8s versus... Oh, nope. I got a building right here blocking me. Okay, well then, I guess I'll just shoot at the Phoenix Hawk on 9s. Done. And we still got the Battle Master. Oh, the Atlas has shots on me too while we're at it. Not great. So we'll fire off all of our mid-range weapons. And then we have the Hatchet Man. It's not going to have shots on anybody, so we'll just skip them. And they're shooting my Devastator. Okay, yep. Scoring some hits on the archer. This could be a pretty tough mission, like overall, like the contract. Nice. Okay. Well, we didn't land any of our AC-20s on that archer, as far as I can see. Oh, we did. We landed both of them actually. Right torso, right arm. That's pretty big. It's 40 points of armor stripped off, plus whatever the stalker did. Okay. Let's see here. I think we lost initiative. So what we're going to do is, we know this archer, or this Atlas, is going to go over here. Hmm. Let's just turn. Actually, this ice is pretty nasty. I'm going to have like no movement modifier on most of my units here. Devastator can roll right here, I suppose. Slow but sure, slow but steady. And then the Battle Master is getting. How's he look? His right arm's a little bit messed up, but other than that, he's kind of okay. The Hatchet Man is going to jump right here. And then the Battle Master. I kind of want to bum rush this Crusader and just start like pummeling him. But his legs aren't weak or anything. Like, he's actually holding out pretty well. And that Phoenix Hawk will jump behind me for sure if I do that. So the Battle Master is just going to chill out where he's at for now. Try to lure in the Phoenix Hawk. Do what we can. Annihilator has shots on nothing. The Stalker has shots on that turret. So we'll fire off some large lasers and LRMs. Devastator, no shots. Devastator, same thing. The Atlas has shots on nothing. And then the Battlemaster is getting creamed here. So maybe I'll focus on the Phoenix Hawk because I can hurt him. Or, yeah, we're going to focus on the Phoenix Hawk. So we're just going to fire off with all of our mid-range weapons again. And the next turn, we're planning on getting the Battlemaster somewhere else. I can back him up and like, get him behind. How tall is this? Height 1. That's at least partial cover. And then we're going to fire at this archer, hopefully like a leg hit or something. Oh, we locked the turret on the one of the gun turrets. But unfortunately it's still aiming at us, so it has a pretty good position. Okay. Let's see. Control R brings up the round report. We lost initiative. All right. Where can we move the Atlas? Can we get him right here? We can. There we go. Now we're gonna have our Atlas on Atlas battle. Stalker. Actually, we're gonna roll the Devastator up. Oh, the Archer. He's immobilized. He knocked himself out. That means the Hatchet Man can go right here and torment him. Make him regret his life choices. And then the Battle Master. Where do I want to move him? Maybe over here? Get him. Yeah, get him a little bit of protection, I guess. He'll have partial cover because this is level. Actually, I'm at level -1. Okay, then he'll be okay for like one turn. Just kind of getting the heat off of him. There we go. I got a blacked out archer pilot. We will control the battlefield at the end, so doing headshots is actually more relevant than usual. No shots for the Annihilator. Remember what I said about how great it was having a nice flat ice field to fight on? I might start to eat my words soon. This ice makes things a little bit more difficult. Double AC-20. There we go. The Devastator has no shots. The Atlas. It's a shame that his large lasers are in his arms. It'd be fun to punch with him, but we'll take what we can get. So we'll do large lasers plus the SRM-4. Yeah, it's only 4 heat. So that puts us at 24. So we're one short of losing movement next turn. And the Battlemaster should be safe for one turn. Now we got a Hatchet Man. His hatchet is in the right arm. So we're going to fire the AC. We're doing head aimed shots at the head, which just because it hits doesn't mean it necessarily hits the head, but you never know. Well, okay. The Crusader's down. Skip, skip. We're going to give him a 20-point kick. And then skip. And we will do the punch table with the hatchet. So this will be into the rear punch table. Automatic hit, I think. Well, we didn't hit the cockpit or anything, but at least we knocked out one of the RM-20s, which is actually kind of useless in this city fight here. Let's see. Devastator can move right here. So, yeah, he skidded out. Okay, not great. The Atlas will turn to face the enemy. The Devastator will turn to face the enemy. Crusader punched out. Battlemaster can go right back to his normal spot. The Hatchet Man's going to stay still. Oh, he had a crit. Oh, I immobilized my Devastator with that skid. Great. Okay, well, that's fine. All right, well, humbug. All right. Skip the Stalker. Skip the Devastator into the Atlas. Double AC-20s, plus small lasers, plus Flamer. The Devastator into the Phoenix Hawk on 6s with AC-20s. Don't mind if we do. Then the Atlas into the enemy Atlas. And we'll not fire the SRMs for the sake of heat. 6s to hit the Phoenix Hawk, or 5s to hit the Atlas. I feel like it's probably better to try to hit the Phoenix Hawk a little bit and start softening them up a bit. And then again, we're aiming at the head, but doesn't necessarily mean. Oh, hang on. There we go. Fire, fire. Done. Oh my goodness. Double AC-20 to the left torso and hits the SRM ammo on the Atlas. Atlas is done. The enemy Atlas. Okay. Excellent. Let's see. We're going to do punch table, hatchet, and swing. Hits the left arm. And that pilot has woken up now. But we have the initiative. So it's really just the Phoenix Hawk left. We're probably at 75% or better. So we know the Phoenix Hawk is probably going to try to go last. So I'm just going to like walk the Atlas forward a bit here. There we go. Hatchet Man can go. Now if I go right here, this Phoenix Hawk is going to jump behind me. So we're gonna move the Devastator forward. Move the Stalker up. The Battlemaster. Actually, the Phoenix Hawk didn't move, so Battlemaster will stay still. The Devastator can't move because it's immobilized, and the little Hatchet Man's going to run up here and try and chop him in the back. All right, AC-10s into this Phoenix Hawk on threes. We'll throw in a few medium lasers along with it. And I'm not going to waste any more ammo, although I can't hit him anyway because of the building. So we'll skip. The Devastator's going to twist and put some AC-20s into this guy. There we go. And Devastator. Some more AC-20s. We're just going to rip this thing entirely apart if we can. Skip. Skip, because I think that Phoenix Hawk is going to get ripped apart. Fire, fire. Whoa, hit him in the head with an AC-10 from the Annihilator. He's done. He's gone. Then his mech gets ripped out from under him. So I just hit him in the back, the archer in the back of the head with a AC-10. So he has 2 internal structure remaining. The pilot is still conscious. So maybe I can like, I'm gonna go for the hatchet. I was gonna say I could kick him and make him do like a PSR, maybe fall over. Needing 5s to hit. Hit him in the arm. Yeah, I was gonna say if I could just knock him over. They're down to 12%. If I can knock him over, he'll probably get knocked out. So we'll move the Atlas here. Block that archer in as much as we can. The Stalker is going to waddle down this way a little bit. The Annihilator is going to waddle up this way a little bit. The Battlemaster will stay still. The Devastator. Let's go over here and capture that pilot. Stay still. And then this Hatchet Man's going to stay still. That archer? He ran into the building to get away. Okay. Fine. Skip. Twist. 2 AC-20s. Skip. Skip. I can throw a PPC down his way. Plus some mediums. And I just want to get a complete victory here. See if I can't start smashing their morale from the very start. There we go. He fell and took some damage on his head. This pilot is killed. Victory. Done. Pretty decisive victory. We did have them greatly outmatched, but they had the advantage of funneling us into some kill zones if they would have really tried. Yep, we control the battlefield. We recover all of our stiff. or our crews and pilots are okay. We do recover these things. No, you do not escape with turrets. That's recoverable. They don't get away. Captured personnel. Well, I don't know that we capture some of that stuff, so I'm just going to leave it as is. So pilot, we don't go for. Crusader went down to the Devastator, actually. And the Archer, we're going to give that to the Hatchet Man. That's a maneuver kill. If the Archer, hey, we rounded up any facility personnel we could find. If the Archer panicked enough that he ran into a building to escape, then we're giving that. It's a maneuver kill. Maneuver kill. All right, Archer. We're gonna grab. You're gonna get dragged away by the Battlemaster. The Crusader. You're gonna get dragged away by the recovery vehicle. Phoenix Hawk. Mech recovery vehicle. Heavy laser turrets. Don't know how much you weigh, but the recovery vehicles should be fine. Now I have to go back and. All right, I can only take 70% of it. So we'll give them back. The Phoenix Hawk? Well, heck. All right, we'll give them back the Crusader. All right, well, that will do. We're still getting some salvage. And we got paid like 20 some million for the contract. Issue awards. And bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. What's going on here? Okay. We will immediately sell off these captured mechs. So let's sell them. So we get 2.1 and 4.7. So about 2.5 million for that job. So instant mass repair. We're still waiting on parts over here. Really? We're still waiting on that? Order a couple of extras. Jeez. Just want to get my luxury hovercrafts and stuff going here. Jeez. I mean, what the heck are they trying to do to me? All right. So that is. We will advance one day. We will use the unit's convoy for a supply. Oh, an estimated delivery of 112 tons. Yes, please. We'll take balanced. Accept. Progress is slow. It's a role play event. It has no mechanical impact for now. Okay. Well, our convoy has arrived and we got a bunch of stuff. There we go. And we can't actually repair any of our stuff yet because it's going to be 3 days before they come back from the field. So for now, we're going to save the campaign and we're going to call it here. I appreciate you for being here. Hope you're still enjoying. If so, let me know. Or if there's something you don't like, let me know. I'll try to fix it. I don't know. Can't read your mind. So, so please don't just get mad and leave me all by myself here. Anyhow, I'll see you next time.